I gotta thank you guys. September was the most listened to month for the podcast. Let's keep it rolling. Hi, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Trevor Noah pointed out in Ukraine, Russian soldiers are going door to door, forcing people to vote to join Russia. And because of that, 97% of the vote has been pro-Putin. Trevor says, yeah, but let's be honest. These voters have a choice in the same way we have a choice to not accept cookies on a website, you know? What's it like? So if I click no, can I not see how child stars have aged? What kind of choice is that? My question is, who the hell are the 3%? Now, I'm really impressed by this. Who had the cojones to still vote against Putin while his soldiers watched them mark their ballots? Who was there just like, yes, I have voted for your mama? Funny joke, awful situation. Another new special today, Yvonne Orgy, A Whole Me, premieres on HBO. Here's a fun story from MMA Mania, your home for comedy news. The headline, Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle removed from their seats during Canelo GGG3 in favor of Travis Scott. Okay, so look, we've seen the clickbait. What? Rogan and Chappelle were removed from their seats for Travis Scott? Outrage, outrage. Joe Rogan told the story on his podcast. Dave Chappelle and I were in the third row, which was amazing. We were like right there. And then this guy comes over and says, you guys have to move. These tickets are not yours. And Dave goes, I'm Dave Chappelle. I'm not moving anywhere. Literally says it like that. So the guy comes back and says, these seats are actually for Travis Scott, but would like to put you on the ringside. Dave and I look at each other and we're like, okay. So they take us from the third row to the no row. It's not even a row. You're effing right there, dude. We're sitting like where the officials sit. It was incredible. They were right there. It was really good. And we saw, I think, the last 6 rounds like that, something like that. But it was a good fight. It was a really good fight. Insider, more clickbait. Christian Bale not talking to Chris Rock. What? They were working together on the set of the film Amsterdam. By the way, take a look at the cast of Amsterdam. Let's just do that for a second. Some of the people who appear in Amsterdam. You ready for this? Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Chris Rock, Michael Shannon, Mike Myers, Taylor Swift, Timothy Olyphant, Zoe Saldana, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, okay? If you can't make a good movie, like if I spot you Christian Bale, Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, and Chris Rock, and you can't make something entertaining, goodness help you. Amsterdam is October 7th. I don't think it's a comedy anyway, but Christian Bale said, Chris Rock is so bloody funny. I found I couldn't act because I was just becoming Christian Bale laughing at Chris Rock. So I had to go to him, mate, I love talking to you, and we have mutual friends, but I can't do it anymore because David O. Russell didn't ask me to make this film so he could just watch me giggle. He wants me to be Bert, and I'm forgetting how to be Bert. The Daily Beast wrote about Sheng Wang. That's currently my top-rated comedy special of the year, and apparently my love for it turned a couple of you onto it as well, which is great. Sheng Wang was on the Last Laugh podcast. I need to download that. I'm doing it right now. Here's my phone. I'm going to tap the mic with my phone. Done. Also, the episode before that was Allison Brie. Gonna grab that too while my phone's in my hand. Spoilers for the podcast. In it, he breaks down how seeing the late, great Mitch Hedberg perform forever changed the way he thought about comedy and tells stories about getting judged by Norm Macdonald on Last Comic Standing. Wang says his special feels like a dream come true, I guess, as crazy as that sounds or as cheesy as that sounds. Ali Wang directed the special. She said it was really, really magical to watch this guy that I believed in and known to be such an incredible and unique and different voice and such a skilled and hardworking stand-up comedian, such a good human being, just kill it tonight. Wang says she's been super supportive, and to see her go from her first Netflix special to where she is now, it definitely helps to see a friend and a person of color and another Asian face do it. Made me think it was possible. I was always pretty confident in my material and had some idea of what I was trying to do, but to see someone like her do it definitely gave me inspiration and encouragement to pursue it. Again, from the Johnny Mac chair, I cannot encourage you enough about this special. It is my favorite of the year. The only thing better this year is the George Carlin documentary. Wang's parents immigrated to Houston from Taiwan in the early 80s. His family of 5 all slept together in one bedroom. He says, it wasn't weird to us. We didn't know any better. It wasn't until middle school that he started to realize how different it is to not be white in America. For the most part, Wang has kept issues of identity out of his comedy, preferring to uncover humor and everyday observations about things like having too many ripe avocados or terrible posture to which anybody can relate. He says, it's not really a conscious decision to avoid it. I think I'm still trying to process what it really means to be a child of immigrants. I think when I have more to say, I'll get around to it, but it's just a matter of figuring out what it is I want to say and how I want to say it. When he tried stand-up for the first time in college, he said he was basically doing an impersonation of Chris Rock. Everything changed when he saw Hedberg. It changed my whole idea of what stand-up could be because it suddenly felt like I could maybe do that. I could just maybe share those thoughts that I have. Like Hedberg, Wang is known for his mind-expanding one-liners and laid-back delivery. He says, I think it's just kind of my vibe. I'm a pretty low-key person, so that was just how it always was from the beginning. I'm not a fast talker. I was not quick with comebacks or anything like that. He even has long, flowing hair now and says that was totally a pandemic accident. He had a haircut scheduled for March 11, 2020, and he canceled it at the last minute. I wasn't planning on keeping it. I just want to see how it would look, but then people kept saying nice things, and slowly, I just felt like it did look like me now. My whole career before this, I was trying to be as mundane and boring as far as my physical appearance, to be as bland as possible. The idea was to not be distracting. That's the mindset I had, was to just go on stage and let the jokes speak for themselves and not have the things that people think they can judge me on. Right now, I feel like my goal is to figure out another hour, just keep doing comedy and keep writing new jokes. I'm trying not to give myself too much pressure, although I'm getting comments from people like, can't wait to see more. So I'm trying not to let that get to me. I'm going to miss the Toronto Just for Laughs Comedy Festival, even though we're not actually there, but I love looking at the schedules and playing this mental game. 7 o'clock shows, Mission Totally Possible, Jeremiah Watkins, Mark Little, Eliza Schlesinger, Mark Maron, Biggs, Beth Stelling, 7:30, Yuck Yucks, Trevor Noah. So we skipped Trevor last night, so let's go see Trevor tonight. 9 o'clock shows, Beth Stelling, Randy Feldface, Reese Nicholson, Ivan Decker. Those overlap with Maria Bamford and Mike Birbiglia. Ooh, so we could have seen Mike. I didn't see this yesterday. Ooh, I misspoke yesterday. I hope we didn't go see Maria Bamford yesterday because we could see her tonight. All right, let's go back in time and see Tim Dillon last night. And we'll see Bamford tonight. Oops, I missed that one. I apologize. 11 o'clock shows, Stand Up on the Spot with Jeremiah Watkins, Randy Feldface, Reese Nicholson. Let's do Stand Up on the Spot, which was recently featured in GQ magazine as one of the 5 funniest nights in America. Nice. Get ready for improv and stand-up to unite. That'll be a good late night show. And that's it for the festival. No Sunday shows. That's it. We're done. I'm so sad. I've been enjoying this. It also lets me know that I'm a story short for tomorrow's podcast. Uh-oh. Hilarious. Like in real time just now, I got what's obviously a spam email from Pete Corielli. Pete Corielli invited you to view PDF document Review Confidential on Dropbox. I'm not clicking that. All right, I have texted Pete Corielli. We'll see what he says. Where were we? Vulture did their Comedians You Should Know 2022 list. One of them, Yamaneika Saunders. Saunders gets riled up about everything, from bridal dress fittings to people's poor airplane etiquette, and by the time she's done fervently dissecting these issues, it's impossible not to feel a sense of relief from a pocket of tension you may not have even realized you were carrying. Yamaneika, what's an embarrassingly earnest goal you have? She said, I would love to be known as the fattest knitter on the East Coast. All right, best comedy advice, worst comedy advice, best advice, slow down on stage. Worst advice would be any time someone with little to no experience in something, normally a man, but there are a few dusty B words too, running their jibbity jabs, when they try to tell me what I should do when they've never done it themselves. In terms of advice, remember, not everyone giving you advice is giving it to you for good intentions. If it don't feel right to your spirit, don't receive. And that's your comedy news for today. You can follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you get your shows, and I'll see you tomorrow.